Hello, and welcome to this presentation. You've probably heard the saying, it's about the journey and not the destination. This is an often repeated phrase, but it's often actually quite hollow and meaningless. For example, if you're going to the dentist, you might see some nice scenery along the way, but it's really about the destination that you're thinking about. You know, one of the things that I love about the Evangelical Free Church of Canada is that here in the Free Church, we actually try to make that statement, it's about the journey and not the destination, true. We try to live that out. That's really what the whole self-governing thing is all about. It's about the idea that we don't have any overarching authority over us that sets the destination, and then we have to follow in line to get there. And that means that it's the destination. It's at least as important how we get somewhere as that we get there. We travel together, and along the way we find out where we're going to end up. Now, several years ago, we began to talk about structural change. We began to notice that our current structure had problems with it, not destructive problems or massive problems, but it was sometimes getting in our way. And the way in which this was expressed and felt was in the area of communication primarily. There was cross-communication and no communication and miscommunication happening quite frequently across our entire organization. And this has been a frustration for quite a number of years for many of us. Under investigation, as the governance committee was set up and then started to do consultations and try to find out what kind of structure would serve us better, it was discovered that the real problem lay in the fact that our denomination is structured vertically, in that we have, for example, districts that go from their delegates all the way down to the churches and stuff like that. We have national that does the same thing throughout to the international mission organization, but we have no structural components that go across the denomination in this way. And so that's been our task, to try to figure out and consult and talk and listen. How do we rectify this? How do we make this better? As we've traveled, a number of things have happened. And I want to describe those things and how what's happened along the way has informed what we're proposing to you as a structural change. So one of the things that's happened along the way is the district superintendents from all of our districts have re-established the District Superintendents Council, where they meet regularly and talk about things that they have in common, concerns and issues. And this grouping has proved to be a vital thing to create friendship and communication and cooperation across our organization, and put it into the actual documented structure, constitutional structure of our organization. We're calling it the Church Vitality Committee. It will be a standing committee of the National Board, with its chairman sitting on the National Board. And our belief and our expectation is that this new committee of the board will have a positive, long-lasting improvement in our across the denomination communication and ability to work together. We've also had something else happen along the way, and that is we began inviting the district board chairman to the leadership retreats and some of the other communications that we've had. We've noticed that having district boards having a method or a way in which to communicate across the denomination has been a great benefit as well. But we've decided on several other smaller things to help this across the denomination board level, district board level communication to happen. So, for example, our new proposed constitution requires that the board of directors have on it a member, at least one member from every district. So that ensures that we have that representation. And we've also added then to the responsibilities and expectations of board of directors that they make themselves available to communicate with their district. about national board issues and what's going on there. Now, it will of course be up to every individual district how they make access or make use of that availability, but we're putting it in there as an expectation, and we'll have continuing conversations about that and how to do that in the future. We've also made a little bit of change to the National Mission Committee makeup to strengthen its representation across the denomination, so we have several things there where we're trying to increase the connectivity and create links across our organization. Now, another thing that's happened along the way, the Central District, one of our 5 districts, has decided to reinvent itself and structure itself completely differently from how any of our other districts are structured. So the Central District now is still called a district, but their payroll, for example, comes through national office, and some of their other organizational structure is organized through national office rather than through a district office. And so we welcome that. But it requires us then to create the constitutional structural space for what they have become in our organization. And so we've added district articles, which were not in our Constitution before, articles that describe districts and how they relate to the national office and to each other. We've had to create space for the Central District to do what they have done. So what am I really saying? What am I trying to get across here? Well, we started out in the Governance Committee with the mandate to bring forward a proposal for structural change that would improve and help out in some of the areas where our denomination has been struggling. And along the way, as we've tried to produce this proposal, a number of things, significant things, have changed and developed in how we relate to each other. And so really what this document does is it puts into constitutional writing who we currently are with a view towards who we will become. When we started, we didn't know what the destination would be. We didn't have in mind an exact structure that we would end up proposing. But I'm really excited about this proposal. I think it will serve us well right now and point us and help us in a direction where we continue to grow and develop as we seek together to reach Canada in each of our different regions and around the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ.